Electricast.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. From the launch your online shop stage, all the way to the we just hit 1 million orders stage. No matter what stage you're in, Shopify's there to help you grow. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/special offer, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/special offer.
Why wait to see if you'll get something you like this Valentine's Day when you can go to BlueNile.com and find something you'll love? Whether you're looking to treat yourself to a little winter sparkle or show a galentine how much you appreciate them, Blue Nile offers a wide selection of high-quality designs, expert guidance, and free 30-day returns for the ultimate peace of mind. You can even design your own jewelry. Right now, save up to 50% at BlueNile.com. That's BlueNile.com.
Today on MTP, Brady returns to Foxborough and squeaks out a win against the Patriots. We recap Week 4 in the NFL, and we preview the AL wildcard game between the Boston Red Sox and New York Yankees. This is Missing the Point, episode 90. But it's all relative. Welcome into Missing the Point. I am Michael Marcangelo, joined by Hollywood Ray, not Wally anymore. It's the first time we've been we've been on the show in a long time together. Ray, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good, man. You know, I got to see new space, and we have a lot of soccer ball. So got some Patriots stuff, got some Force stuff, and finally got some baseball stuff. So I've been waiting to talk about baseball for sure with you. So I'm ready to
we'll get there. Don't you worry. That's a big market tease.
Sure is.
I think the first thing we need to talk about is I think the final door closing on the Brady, Belichick, New England Patriots saga. For those of you that are listening to this on Sunday Night Football, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers came into town, and I think they defied everybody's expectations besides Craig D'Alessandro, who is the executive producer today. 1917 win over the New England Patriots. The Patriots hung in there tough. So before we jump into the actual stats of the game, Ray, I guess, what were your takeaways of that game?
Original takeaway, Bill Belichick was in, what the kids say, he was in his bag defensively. He was in his bag, and I didn't think he was going to be. So I'll be the first to tell you, what people that talked to me off the air, I was like, this shit should be 42-10 by half. That's what I just thought. And if anyone thought otherwise, they're lying. Or they clearly were just a fortune teller. But yeah, I mean, Bill was in his bag defensively. Mac Jones clearly, was up to the task. And yeah, but it's just like, but the biggest takeaway of all is that this team just can't close. So that's the problem.
Yeah, I think, obviously I was super excited about the fact that the Patriots hung in there tough. I, for one, was of the opinion that it was going to be a blowout. I thought Brady was going to come in here. I didn't think he was going to feel the effects of the moment as much as he did. Mm-hmm. He did. Right. You could see that. And also, to your point, right? Belichick got them up for this game, and he was able to do enough defensively to I don't want to say confuse Brady, but he was giving them looks of all out blitz, and then he was dropping 7 back into coverage. But yeah, I mean, in a Brady system, again, I don't want to keep going back to, when Brady was our quarterback, but just one more time, if that game played out the way that it did and Brady was the QB for the New England Patriots, is there any doubt in your mind that we win that game?
Oh, we definitely would have won.
Right.
Definitely would have won. Yeah,
even
for sure.
That game-ending drive on 3rd and 4, they picked that up. Do you know what I mean? And again, it just kind of hit me in the face. That was the perfect way for this to end. We were so accustomed to, over the 20 years that Brady and Belichick were together, game-winning drives coming down to either an Adam Vinatieri or Steven Gostkowski field goal to win it. And we don't have those guys anymore. We now have Mac Jones, who looked very, very impressive. We'll get to him. But in the end, when you need a 56-yard field goal in the rain, I think Nick Folk did a great job. It had the legs, but doesn't that do more to articulate what the season has been so far for the Patriots? You're almost good enough, but not quite yet.
No, it does, but it also it illuminates that there's no trust there in the team to get that job done. And once again, I mean, yeah, they had to make great on 3rd down, and we know that. But Mac Jones clearly was on fire for most of the night, especially in the second half. You just don't get 19 straight completions and you're not on fire. So clearly he was on fire. He was hitting on all cylinders, literally. So I just think that in that moment you have to get the kid them. But yeah, it does speak to where they are. It's just like they're just they're a team of horseshoes right now. And those who have listened to the show, I would call them grass with horseshoes, but the Patriots as a team, TEAM, they go back to 2001. Which we need to tap into that boat right now if that's the case, because Lord knows, maybe someone needs to get hurt. Who knows? But Bolu was where you're at. But yeah, some's got to give. But yeah, they're definitely a team that just can't. They knock on the door, and like I said, they can't make the winning plays, so to speak, to get the job done.
Couple of things. I mean, I know Mac Jones did have 19 straight completions. I think he finished 31 of 40 for like 275.
Yeah,
so he played a great game. That was excellent. But on that final drive, he threw 2 passes. One should have been picked off. No doubt about it. I mean, it hit Devin White right in the hands. And then his next one he throws into traffic. So I don't know if he was rattled. I don't know if his receivers just couldn't get open. But he wasn't looking as good as he was in the second half on that last drive. What I will say though, I'm interested to kind of hear what you think about this. I think Bill took the heat off of him. I don't think it's a lack of trust. I think Bill would much rather have people discussing the next day about why would Bill kick it? Why wouldn't he go for it? And why did the kicker miss? Because nobody's talking about Mac Jones right now. And I think Bill's taking the bullet for him. I think that's how much he respects him and how much he wants to cover him this early on in the season, given the huge implications of that game.
Yeah, I think that's a valid point. I mean, I wish that he did. The ball got batted down on third down, but it's like, there was a play, I think it was in the third quarter when, I don't know if it was Jacoby Myers or whoever ran out, but Jonathan Smith was like the secondary option behind him. And they got like a 15 to 20 yard gain up that. That's a perfect play to run in that moment, whether you want to run Jonathan Smith, you want to run it with Jacoby Myers, like, you've ran all the sugar plays to not go for it on fourth down, just so you can cover back. Why get to that point? You was already showing us you looking to win the game by running those trick plays, and doing all that. So why not, when you get to that moment when it matters most, it's money time. Let him show what we got. The man went to Alabama, so it's not like he played at William and Mary, and he was playing D3. That's not the case. I don't even know how I remember that school. I just it's like. But it's like, he didn't go to some random ass D3 school. So it's like, he's built for this. And he didn't put under pressure last night. He stepped up for the most part. And, throws like that, like the Devin White, are going to happen. He had a couple overthrows last night. That's going to happen. He's a rookie. That happened. But there was nothing that showed me really outside of that throw to Devin White. He was not afraid of the moment. Even on the back, it wasn't like something that was on him. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get it. But at this moment, once again, if you spend all that money in the season and you want to see what the team is, you just got to go for it. And I want to go back and ask you both. Do you think? To me, it felt like the Indianapolis call. So what would be your thoughts about that? I felt like you got to go for it, but it's just like, what do you think? What are you thinking, though?
Yeah, so it's funny that you just mentioned that, because I think back in that Indy call, right? 4th and 2, you go for it because you don't trust your defense to stop Peyton Manning.
Right.
I think Bill thought Nick Folk could make the kick because he was hitting him from 58 in warmups. And honestly, I don't think he feared Tom Brady. Now, he should have, but I don't think he was worried about giving Tom Brady the ball back with, 50 seconds left?
But he's drunk.
Yeah, sure. But in reality, if you are worried about Tom Brady moving down the field, you do go for it, right? But I think he had enough trust in his defense to that point that he thought, you make the kick, you're up by 1, and then you just stop him. It was 2 timeouts. It would have been like 48 seconds left. So yeah, that's plenty of time for the greatest of all time. Right. However, I do think if you look at it like that, right? Bill was making sure that the heat would not fall on his rookie quarterback, all while telling us that he did not fear the greatest of all time. That is the total Belichick thing to do. Yeah, if this doesn't work, it's not Mac's fault. It's mine. Come at me or come at Nick Folk. But if it works,
come at me. I'm a man on 40.
Yeah,
I'm stubborn.
Yeah, but if it works, go ahead, Tom. Run down the field. Let's see if you can do it. Because in reality,
fucking would have. Let's be real. I'd have been on here crying, even and Craig would have been just as a clip. I'd have been crying if that was the case. Because they focused the field goal cold, and I'd have been like, "Oh my God, they left him too much time. Too much time." So, but I mean, listen, even if it was like a 48, 49-yard field, it's good easily. It got even with 56. I do think, maybe you saw just a sucker the week before, but it's like, hey, 66, 56, 76. Who cares? We just go out there and make it. This he's not that guy now. And once again, he has been nails since he's been here in New England. I have to give credit because he definitely was a joke when he was in Dallas. Sorry, Bobby, but that's the truth. He was a joke in some other places in New York as well. So his career high was 56, but listen, man, making 58-yarders in practice
in the rain,
when there's no pressure, it's different when that adrenaline's hit, and that's what happened. And he's already here, and he has a faulty leg. No pun intended. So for that to happen, that's to me just, I don't know, I didn't like the fact that you didn't give it to him in that moment. Once again, didn't think they was gonna win it, but in the game calls for certain things to change. That was a winnable game. It wasn't like something where he was already down 31-17, or whatever, we'll just punt it. And speaking of punting, that's not the only time where I'm just like, yo, what are you doing? Right before the half, you don't punt, Bill. Like, you had a chance to put your foot on the neck. See, when Brady was hit, once again, I get it, he's not here anymore. When they did that quote unquote double whammy, when they were scoring for the half, and then they get the ball back, and then they're up 21-3, or they're up, 27-10, like, you had that moment, and you gave the ball, even though I know Suckerman missed the field goal, but they ended up getting a field goal anyway. It's like, I don't understand it. Like, had them on the ropes. Once again, if you didn't think he was going to win, that's one thing, but it's like the game dictated that, shit was changing. You had him on the ropes, and, to me, he played safe when he shouldn't have. I'll just say that. He played safe when he shouldn't.
So, I do agree with you kind of, but I think at the end that wasn't playing it safe. I really believe, and now I'll ask you, like, was it ego? Do you think that the field, like, going for the field goal and saying, you know what, we're going to make it from 56 and Tom's not going to run down the field, was that Bill saying, it's still my game, you just all play in it?
Yeah, it probably wasn't, and it cost them a moment, because once again, if it was 4th and 6, 4th and 7, okay, I can understand you getting the team out there and saying, hey, just shoot out there and say, hey, you know what, go ahead and get the job done. Cool, I'm not knocking that. 4th and 3, when once again he's completed 70% of his passes. Matt Jones is coming down as advertised at guard. He doesn't miss. You're not telling me that you could have threw like a 5-yard hit shot for Myers or whoever and got the first down. And then if you want to get it down to about 34, 35 seconds and then kick the field goal, you got me. I'm like, you know what? Hey, that's cool. Now we're playing percentages. I'm out with you. But to really just to not even get that chance, that happens. Tampa Bay made a play. Okay, you batted the ball down. Fine, it happens. But you had one timeout left. You really should have had 2 timeouts, but you wasted it because Jonathan Jones, dumbass, couldn't get off the sideline. But that's a whole nother thing. But it's like, come on. I don't know. I hate the fact that he took the competition out of it, in my opinion, by saying, well, I'm going to cover back, or you just come at me because, I'm the guy that's been here. We don't want to mess with his psyche or whatever they want to do with that. But just go for the win. That's just my thing. Go for the win.
If you're Mac in that situation, and let's just operate under the assumption that what we're talking about right now is what happened, right? Bill wanted to make sure that whatever happened in that game at the end, that either the blame was going to be on Bill or it was going to be on the kicker, but it was not going to be on Mac. If that was the case, if you're Mac in this instance, does that make you want to play harder for this guy, knowing that he's willing to fall on the sword for you?
No.
No?
No. I guess maybe, but I guess to an extent, yes, but there should be a part of him that's like, yo, I could have won this game. Like, I put the ball in my hand. I'm going to take this there. We all remember the famous video. I told you I was going to get you there. And you're like, let him have that moment. It was on a silver platter.
Yep.
It was on a silver platter for him to have that moment. It was there. And to me, I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me that now we're banking on having beat a terrible Houston team just to get back up to 2-3.
as the great Bob Kelly said, on our way to 2-3, hopefully. But, back what you're talking about, Drew Bledsoe, we don't have a Drew Bledsoe on this team. We don't have a guy that's done it all in the league on the sidelines that tells us,
baby.
Or Mac Jones say, what, fuck that. Go out there and sling it. There's no one on the sideline that has that, that cachet. But in another 2001 twist, there are no such things as moral victories, really, right? But there are team building losses. You think about the 2001 loss to the Rams in the regular season. Could this be that?
I really hope so. I really hope so. We talked a little bit about this off the air last night, but I really hope that that's the case. And we almost needed to. Not almost. We need that to be that moment. Now, after that Rams loss to 0-1, didn't lose again. Clearly that's not happening. This time let's not get drunk. Let's not say things that are out of control. But I really hope that this is a win. I mean, a loss that rally thing. So we hung in with the best of the best. Yeah, it was Brady, it was Tampa Bay, the reigning champions. Let's just see what we can do. I hope that's how they view it. And obviously they gotta stay healthy. They need a running back. Sorry to those who think that they don't need a running back. Last night they need a running back.
You can't run against Tampa. You shouldn't even try. No, they are the best rush defense in the league. Just don't try.
Sure, but it's just Leonard Fournette was under looking like fucking Walter Payton, and I was like, this is and I get it. Leonard Fournette was a problem in high school from LSU. I get it, but I mean, my God.
Well, conversely, our run defense is not that great.
But to me, our defense has been decent though. It's the offense that couldn't hold the candle. And once again, you lamented that all year about the offense being
red zone defense. A red zone offense is awful.
Right, but that just be no road. You can't get into the end zone. So right, I don't care if it's the red zone, green zone, blue zone. They can't get into something. So it's pathetic. But no, the defense is hell. The defense was phenomenal. Judon and Jay, listen, hey Karen, how you doing? That take about Judon clearly. Listen, Judon is the guy on this defense. This is not a Delius Thomas part 2. So you can walk that tape back. Judon is the guy on that. I was sold early on, but I was really sold at the last night. He was a man of those boys, so he's that guy. So, Bill, you got to suck up to Gil right now. This is not on it right now, but I'm emotional right now. You got to suck up to Gil Ward. Some of us got to give because we're a player or two away on defense, becoming elite on defense. And then, like I said, we can just get the offense to do something. We can get there. Just saying, we can get to the playoffs, in my opinion.
So I think what's worth noting before I actually ask our executive producer to jump in, because he was right when all of us were wrong. The great Al Michaels said last night, Brady now has more wins at Gillette Stadium this year than the New England Patriots do. The New England Patriots are 0-3 at home to open the season.
Crazy.
Can you even fathom that? Because they have not been 1-3 since 2001. And I cannot remember the last time they lost 3 in a row at home.
Probably the 2000 season, honestly.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't any hell, even back to back. That was not
happen.
And that wasn't a thing. Once again, 16, 17 division titles. We were the Atlanta Braves, we were the San Antonio Spurs, we're all that in one, and then some. When you came into this house, you was getting your ass whooped. There was no in between. Tyler and them dancing, Lloyd Malloy dancing. You name it. That's just what it was. Young, high talent. But I don't know, man. This used to be a house of horrors. Now, it's family fun time. I
think the Patriots last year at home were 5-3. This year they're 0-3. They have lost 6 games at home in the last 2 years. I say that because Tom Brady only lost 21 games at home in 19 years. 19 years. And you are already at 33% of how many games you lost in those 19 years in the last 2. But Craig, before you jump from this game, you were on it. You knew what this game was going to be. Tell us why.
It really wasn't that difficult for me because I just, Tom Brady has had 3 Hall of Fame worthy careers. He had the 2000 to 06, then 07 to 11, and everything past that. And in this third stage of his career, it's always been that consistent. He's had that one biggie the entire time, beyond Welker, beyond Edelman. Besides that, he's always had Gronk, who's, in my mind, one of the most disruptive players in the NFL. And he doesn't even have to be that good to be disruptive. He will run down the seam, and it just means that they have to double cover him at all times. And, I just look back at all the games where Gronk injured himself, broken arm, tore a ligament, whatever it was, where he was out for an extended time. And you looked at those times where he was injured before 2019, and Brady looked very human at that point. And then you looked at 2019, where he didn't have him throughout the entire season. You go back and watch that in 2019, the Patriots looked terrible when Gronk retired. It was not a good season. That was the whole boogeyman season where they had to rely on their defense, and their offense is just not up to snuff. And then I just assumed that would kind of transfer over to Tampa with the Patriots, with Tom kind of having the Patriots offense down there, the offense he's had his entire career. And I just assumed if you have your big disruptive tight end not going to be there, he's going to have the same exact trouble that he had in New England for his last couple of years. And it turns out kind of exactly what happened.
Not exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all over here. I mean, I'm saying, I'm Seth Rollins and it'd burn it down. I'm telling it it's going to be terrible and blah, 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 blah. And Craig's like, I don't know, Mike. Gronk's not starting. I think it's going to be close. We might even win. I'm like, what, Craig? Why? What pills are you on? He's like, nope, Gronk. And he was right. He was absolutely right. So, Ray, I'll kick it over to you. Are you surprised that at this stage and in this alteration of Gronkowski that he's still that important to Tom Brady?
No, he's the best tight end of all time. Like that. That's not
of all time.
Yeah, of all time. Absolutely. And like I said, not Shannon Sharp, not Ozzie Newsome, not Tony Gonzalez, but yeah, he's the best of all time. So it makes sense that we found the field. Now, granted, I think we were a little jaded about that because we still have London in years where Gronk wasn't around and he was in his prime, even more so than he is now. But he's back, y'all. Listen, and I know there's some, even on the show that thought he was not going to be that guy. He wasn't at times last year for most of the year. But in the playoffs, he caught fire. He caught fire for us in the playoffs when he retired, or as I put in quotations. I retired. He quit on us. Fuck that. He quit. He quit on New England. And it's amazing how he hasn't gotten any backlash for that. Mike's really one of the few that's been really on that. Mainly because he wanted Jared Cook, but thank God we're going to get Jared Cook after what happened to him in the playoffs last year. So I'm A-okay with that. Because, we would have burned it down for real had he fumbled the playoffs for us. So let's keep it real. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, yeah, kudos to Craig. But yeah, I mean, listen, Gronk, Craig has to be prophetic because Craig knows what he's talking about. He does, he knows the shit. He knows that Gronk is still the man. So Brady knows that Gronk is still the man. And they played last night like they knew that Gronk was still the man. So yeah, I mean, I think he still needs that. At the end of the day, he still needs him to be the best version of himself at this stage of his career for sure.
But I can understand why people would still assume, oh yeah, but Gronk's out, they're still going to be fine. Because yeah, they still had probably Brady's best receiving core he's ever had in his entire career down in Tampa Bay right now. Let's say Gronk is gone, and obviously he was last night. They still have a whole crap load of first-round talent. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown still there. So I could understand why people still thought, yeah, kid, they're going to put up 30 on the Patriots. Tom Brady's come back for revenge. But without the Gronk engine in there, it just doesn't work.
What happened to O.J. Howard?
Oh, I was just going to say that. Where the hell was he?
What happened to him? Because and once again, Patriots fans, listen to this, and don't you lie to me, Patriots fans. A year ago, and on Twitter, on Facebook, all of us were screaming for O.J. Howard to be a Patriot. Don't you lie to me that we could put receipts. Like, we was hoping that O.J. Howard would become a Patriot and that he should have been in the trade. That is not a lie. Or that is not, as I say on the show, that is not a prediction. That is just world. So, but I want to know what the hell happened to O.J. Howard. Damn, he fell the hell off. My God.
Yeah, he looks awful. And just to your point, like I think last year at any point in time, I was praying for Ben Coates to come back for Christ's sakes. Like anybody was better than who we had.
Any BM, anybody right. But that. Anybody but Matt Lacoste. My God.
But they brought back Ben Watson instead. So that
Ben Watson, Ben Coates, whoever.
Yeah, great.
Uncle Ben's right. Something got to give because it was a joke. It was bad.
So after everything that we've gone through, after everything you've seen so far, the Patriots are 1-3. Their one win this year is against a rookie quarterback who literally could not hit anything besides the Patriots defender in that game. 1-3 after this loss. Can the Patriots rebound?
Yeah, I think they can. Once again, especially if they are as hyped as we've seen how they played last night. Hopefully some of the buy-in has happened. And we know this in years past. We know the first 4 games have always been an extended preseason, for the Patriots, and they ramp it up, right? Now, obviously, that wasn't the case last year because from COVID and just really not just having a talented roster. But like I said, they were 2-2 at this time last year, and it, had a little bit of a run in the middle of the year. We're hoping that things will change then, but for this year, I think they can. I think if Jesse Josh can get out of his way and actually open up the offense like they did a little bit last night, because they just literally did was it fuck, we cannot run. And once again, like I said, it could have been third and 12, and they're running, a halfback toss. And this is not bad at 04. You can't just throw it to Warren Dunn and just hope that he runs 80 yards. Like it's not going to happen. It's so bad. But I think like I said, if he gets out of his own way, I do think that last night was an indicator that Bill had his imprint more on that game, I think, because of what they had been to him. So if that's the case, forget Tongue Steve, forget about Gerard Mayo, forget about all of it. Bill, I need you to take over more. I know you're older, but last night you proved to us still that when you're in your bag, ain't nobody fuck. You proved that to me once again, because I forgot. I got a little crazy. In my mind, I started thinking it might be that time. You showed me once again last night, you were still that guy comes to game planning. Showed it to me. So you need to have more of an imprint. Forget about your son. Forget about the other guys. You need to be that guy, because if your hands on it, we got a chance. But if not, burn it down. Burn it down, as Mike can say. Burn it down. I can't take it. So some got to give.
Also, like, trick plays are supposed to be a layer to your offense that help to, deceive the defense. These should not be the most accomplished plays of your offense in a night. And so
it was beautiful though.
Yeah, they were great. They were gorgeous. They got them down to the red zone.
To me, they should use Jacoby Myers a little bit more. I think they would kind of do that a little bit more when he was here too, but they clearly like that type of player. And Jacoby Myers to me is like a Muhammad type guy. Not going to be a 1, but a hell of a number 2.
Yeah. Well, he's our 1.
Yeah. He's our winner for now. Yeah.
He's a 3 on any other team.
I don't know, man.
He's not that good.
Yeah. I think, no. I think on paper, what you're saying is right, Craig, but I think it's easy to think about that. But when you look at, he's been productive with by far the most unproductive quarterback in Patriots history, aside from Tony Eason, Cam Newton last year. And Jacoby Myers was, he was the number 1. He's the only reason that Cam had all the passing yards that he did. And it makes you wonder, I'm not here to question Brady and why he freezes people out. He froze Jacoby Myers out in 2019 because he was on that team and he didn't look at him. Obviously, he had Edelman there.
Well, I mean, that's your estimate. Like, Lawrence Levin was around, their best buddies, their besties, brothers, whatever you want to call it. That's what it was. But Myers at his peak should be a really good number 2. Like, he's the one for us now, because he has to be. We had a little bit of a sighting from Craig's guy, Nikhil Harry. I do wish they had put him a little more into the offense last night, even though he wasn't.
Why? You want him to drop another touchdown? I mean, not
jumping on the touchdown. But my thing is, you don't have anybody else to turn to, so it was like you have to incorporate him to an extent. So he had a nice little catch for that 10-yard first down he caught. I think in the second half. It'd have been nice to see him get a couple more targets. Whether he caught it or not is on him. But I just think that you have to incorporate everybody in this offense to make it go, especially on a night like last night. But like I said, who knows? Maybe next will be a game like their right game, as I call it. And like I said, Houston, Houston clearly sucks, and then they just got 40 pieces. They just got 40 pieces. Can
it really be a get right game for Rayshawn if you're facing a team that nobody has respect for? I mean, in reality,
What you mean? No one got respect for the win. No one got respect.
No, Houston. In reality, 2 weeks from it is the get right game. You beat Dallas. If you can beat Dallas, then you're back. Now, if you
right, but I mean, you got to get to 4-3 to get to 4. That's what I mean. Like you got to get. That's what I'm saying by getting right. So yeah, of course. I mean, listen, that's going to. I expect our group chat to be more fire that week. There will be many quiet days. But that week for sure. We might have to do a couple of shows. It's great. We might have to break up into a couple episodes. We might have to change it up for that. But yeah, so I mean, but yeah, they better figure it out though. You got to figure something out.
I think we're missing the most important thing with this Patriots team, isn't it? Isn't it the old line?
Yeah. The line sucks. It sucks.
And Trent Brown needs to come back. And when
I thought he'd be back yesterday.
Dante Scarnecchia needs to come back. How about that? Clearly, that they cannot let that man retire and rest. The line sucks. Do something. Justin Herron, terrible. Michael Wendell, who was really good last year. Overstated, wanted to get penalty every other call. You're trash now.
Isaiah Wynn got pounded last night.
He's get pounded every week. I mean, it's like a free subscription to Bang Bros, bro. I mean, for Christ's sakes, it's unbelievable. I thought he was an all-pro tackle, and every single week he gets beat. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I'm not.
Moving on.
I lost it. That was great. Oh,
you gotta keep that laughter, Clarke. Nobody thinks that's funny anymore.
Oh my god. Oh my god! Wow.
Moving on, I think the cream of the crop of the NFL met on Sunday, and it was the Arizona Cardinals versus the Los Angeles Rams. I think all going into this week, everyone, including the real BK Bob Kelly, we all thought that the Rams are the best team in the league, and the Cardinals are kind of cardiac, right? Can they do it? Can they sustain it? They're a real team, and they are a problem, as you would say, Ray. I mean, 37-20. Kyler goes, 24 of 32 for 268, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Their rushing game was great. Chase Edmonds, 12 carries, 120 yards. And then when you get AJ Green, 5 for 67 and a touchdown. D-Hop, 4 for 67. Max Williams, I mean, they had 3 receivers over 65 yards receiving. They are a wagon, and their defense stood up when they needed to. So what are your takeaways from this game? Because I don't think I ever really thought that the Cardinals could be a 13-4 type team, but they sure as hell look like it right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, Chandler Jones set the tone for that team. It's amazing, how talented he's lived over there. He's been like that his whole freaking career. But it's fun, right? Wish we had a guy like that, right? Whatever. Yeah, he set the tone. Buda Baker, JJ Watt. Yeah, listen, Kellen Murray's the MVP right now. I think I said this a few weeks ago, or I was on the show with Bobby, but I'll say it again, especially not having you on the show. You know how I feel about Lamar, but I have to give this to Kyler, right? Kyler's everything been looking for Lamar to be, and even though he has been, listen, he's great there. It's MVP here, so I'm not taking away from that. But just from the throwing aspect, he's a smarter runner than Lamar. Lamar's more explosive in my opinion, but Kyler's more smarter runner, and that matters, right? So if you get that 3rd and 4, instead of you throwing it into a dirt or throwing over a screen, you say, okay, if I can get this 5, 3rd and 4, I move the chains, I'm just going to do that. That's what Kyler Murray does. There's time to throw that he can't make. Whether it's going left, going right, like he does it all. So yeah, he's been special. And I had to come around. I asked some people that I know that big on the Cards over the last year and some change. And I'm like, I don't see it. But yeah, they've been awesome. And listen, the Rams are still going to be there. It's a division, right? The divisions was going to be up on each other. Arizona just made a statement and said, look, we've been a little brother in this division for a while. It's like it's time for us to come out. And like I said, that division is the best division in football. And, they're going to beat up on each other. Yeah, Arizona looks like the real deal. And if Kyler Murray is not the early season MVP after a quarter of the season being gone, you're smoking dope.
Well, Kyler's just a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson is.
Yes. Yeah. That's I think if like 4 weeks ago, I would have took the bait, just went ham, went left, but upset. But no, right now that's the case. It was a beautiful throw. He had a Hollywood Brown.
Sure.
Yeah, that was a great throw. He's clearly improved as a thrower because he wasn't making that throw even his MVP year. He wasn't making that second throw. So, him and Holden Brown need to get better.
Let me just ask you a question: if it's the NFC title game or the AFC title game, right? And it's 3rd and 8. It's going to be press coverage, tight coverage. Who do you want throwing the ball, Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson?
Oh, right now, Kyler Murray, sure. Kyler Murray. Like, and because my thing, I think they both get the first down. But like you said, they're looking to throw it. There's going to be Kyler. But if you're saying who's the threat to running it, and there's like maybe Brady for 50, then it's probably Lamar. But I just think that, if you're saying, okay, press coverage, I need someone to get that one-on-one and just maybe throw a dime or, get it into a tight space, then part of it too, I just think they have a lot better receiving for Arizona than Baltimore.
Oh, for sure. That's not even a question.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's literally Marcangelo was a dead,
Yeah, I mean, AJ Green looks good again.
Yeah. What happens when you leave Cincinnati? So yeah, I guess so. even though they're balling right now, they're balling too. Let's see that. Listen, Joe Exotic, he's playing it. He's the new Tiger King.
Yeah,
like that
unincarcerated Tiger King.
Say it again.
The unincarcerated Tiger King.
Yeah, the unincarcerated Tiger King. Yeah, so the one they want to keep seeing week after week. So he's been great. Jamar Chase had his own food. People thinking, well, I don't know if I can catch the football. Well, he's putting the NFL on notice that a year off or not, I'm that guy, and he's a problem. So, we got to look at that wide receiver that come out of LSU a little different now because a lot of guys that came out of there have been phenomenal. Like Justin Jefferson, like you name it, like them boys can play. So so I said, Bengals have been playing. Yeah, there's a lot of teams out there that's really doing well. I know the Steelers ain't doing well, so I just had to
not yet. Another team that's near and dear to our hearts here at MTP is the Chicago Bears. And Justin Fields last week had the most atrocious. There was an abomination of football. I'm on record of saying it.
1 yard.
Talk about a bounce back week though. 11-17, 209, and he just looked good. It looked like and Matt Nagy. I mean that prick. He actually stopped calling plays. He turned that over to somebody else. And he's still trying to take credit for it. It's like, listen, bro, you don't know how to tailor this offense for Justin Fields. So don't. Because what you saw, it was against the Lions. By the way, Jared Goff and the Lions is actually way better than Jared Goff and the Rams. He's playing better. And I don't know if I think that because the team around him sucks, but 24 of 38 for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty good game in a loss.
Yeah, I mean, still complete as he's getting 60% of his passes. Hawkinson is a real deal, clearly.
Yep.
It's amazing how much receiver talent was tight in the wide receiver position they've had. Sure, it just hasn't amounted to anything. It's beyond me. But I mean, their record doesn't show it, but he's played a little bit better. But I mean, I think that San Francisco game kind of took those sales out of there, took the one out of their sales.
For sure. You think about it though, the Bears now 2-2. Justin Fields now is actually looking pretty good, and if they can keep him playing, if they can just keep scheming him the way they schemed him this past week, because every pass that he intended to throw looked like an Ohio State like pass, right? He looked comfortable, he looked confident. If that keeps happening, if David Montgomery keeps rushing for 100 yards, and if there is that emergence of Darnell Mooney along with Allen Robinson, now you actually have a problem on offense to complement that really good defense. So I was watching those highlights and I was like, this is why I damn near broke my computer on draft night, because that's the guy that I wanted. That's how good he can be. And he's not polished yet. Fine. But when you just look at his raw as a Bears fan or as a football fan, how are you not impressed?
Oh, he was definitely a lot better with something. There's no debating that, or disagree with that, I should say. But I think it helps when you have 100-yard rusher. That's what anything, especially for a young one, just to take that pressure off. So if you're giving him that, even if a guy's getting 80, forget about 100, guys is getting 80 plus. You got a shot. Like I say, he can make all the throws. We see it at Ohio State. Now, Ohio State has not produced great quarterbacks. Let's call it great, but they have not. So Troy Smith, so I'll probably have to switch to be a wide receiver. Dwayne
Haskins.
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins. So you name it. Chris Krenz, what's the guy? What that Chris was? Whatever that guy was, one that was like 1 billion years old.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So anyways, but back in the trust with anyway. So yeah, so I don't know. So that's kind of like I was kind of apprehensive. Like it feels would have been like I said, super up. It's like they haven't had a quarterback come out of that school in forever. I don't want that. And I mean, granted, it's the same thing with Alabama. And like I said, I was praying to God he wasn't going to come AJ and Buchanan. But in 4 games, but yeah. So that's kind of my take on that. But
if you're a young quarterback, right, and you go 11-17 for 209 yards, and then you rush as a team for 188 yards, that's a great day.
Oh, it is phenomenal.
Yeah. And again, it's the Lions, but again, I think the Bears. I think that's going to be a fun team to watch. I would be accused of sipping too much haterade if we didn't talk about this next team. I think that the Dallas Cowboys made a real statement. I think 36-28 victory over the undefeated at the time Carolina Panthers. Yeah, they're without CMC. That's fine. But when you really think about it, Dallas is up 33-14 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Carolina goes on a run, and Dallas held. They didn't panic. They didn't do all the things that the Cowboys have done over the last 4 years. And Dak looked good. This wasn't his best passing game, but 14-22 for 188 and 4 touchdowns. He looks in command. But Zeke, this is the Ezekiel Elliott of 3 years ago. Right. 20 carries, 143 yards, and a touchdown. If he does that, this team is hard to beat. So I'm going to ask you, I'm only going to ask you because, a certain other member of the team isn't on here. How real are the Dallas Cowboys? Because I think that they could be a favorite to go into the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, well, I want to touch on the Zeke thing before I talk about this as a team. I have a lot of friends outside of Bobby that are Cowboys fans because I got families in Texas. I know quite a few people out there. A lot of y'all should be saying up something jump off that Tony Pollard was better than Ezekiel Elliott. I can understand when you thought that Tony Pollard came off as explosive. He runs hard every play. There's a reason why Jerry Jones paid $90 million for Ezekiel Elliott, and you saw that on Sunday. He's different when he's on, and then that's just what it is. So
much money though. It's so much.
Oh no, sure. I mean, say what you will about that. Listen, it ain't coming out my pocket, so it's fine, whatever. But it's just like there's a reason why he got paid that money. That line has not been what it was even a few years ago, as well. So whether it's Tyron Smith, whether it's Lyle Collins, who's been out for a few games, so. There's been some differences there, but yeah, Zeke was special, but no, collectively. So whether it's CeeDee Lamb, I think Gallo's been out for a few, when Gallo comes back, obviously Martin Cooper has been special. Schultz has been special. And then listen, Trayvon Diggs has been a top 5 corner. He is a Pro Bowler. Like I said, I know Bobby was saying he was on it. He is a Pro Bowler right now. Is it 4 games in or not? He is a Pro Bowler. You get 5 picks in 4 games. You are a shutdown. And, I still think they need someone on the other side. And I'm sure Bobby would agree with that. But they're special right now.
Micah Parsons is a beast. I mean, what a great draft pick.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Remember, when we saw about it, Bobby was like, oh, we got to get a corner to the top. We got a corner now. Got that linebacker was there. And once again, I know Bobby would say this too. Jalen Smith is done. It's time, brother. It's time. Either he needs to go to another team, maybe he needs to get a new control, but it's time. But I will say this. Y'all gave all that time to Sean Lee down there. Give it back to Jalen Smith. Just saying. You gave Sean Lee a rope longer than the Zaco Bridge. Just saying. So let Jalen Smith see if he can find his way back to some type of prominence. But I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, Dallas has been playing awesome. And at this moment, they should run away with the NFC.
Oh yeah, the East. I mean, it's the worst. It's the worst division in football. So
right, but it's just like they've also picked that team. It's just like think it's going to go that way. Someone comes out of nowhere. But I just think in this moment, they are clearly the best team. And like I said, they gave Tampa a run for his money. They gave they're giving everyone the business right now. So like I said, as long as they stay healthy, they should make a deep run. Like no question, no question about it.
Also, the football fan in me wants to see Dallas succeed, but Bobby's been just so insufferable so far, and they're just one. I know that they're accustomed to their Super Bowls being in September, but I mean, I hope that they do well. I think that they're going to. How bad was Adam Gase? because Sam Darnold looks like a real NFL quarterback right now. I mean, 26 of 39 for 301 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's the NFL's leading rushing in touchdowns.
Crazy. Real. Unreal. Maybe it's just a Carolina thing, but their quarterbacks lead the league in rushing touchdowns or rushing yards. Maybe it's just a Carolina thing, but yeah, he's been special. He's definitely no longer seeing ghosts down there in Carolina. Team is seeing ghosts when they see him out there now. That's what looks like it's happening. So he's been awesome. Shout out to DJ Ford though. Listen, he's been my guy on fantasy. DJ Ford, I want to thank you, brother. I'll make you get in Jersey at some point. You are a special talent. You've come a long way from the NFL Films video when Steve's wondering if he should even keep you on the fantasy team or should he be on the roster. You've come a long way, brother. You are a special talent. And my fantasy team thanks you very much. I just had to put that out there. But yeah, Carolina's been awesome, man. And hopefully McCaffrey can come back at some point because I think they have something going down there for sure, down there in Carolina.
Yeah, if McCaffrey comes back, then that team's going to compete with Tampa Bay for the division, which is something that none of us saw coming, by the way. That's a very good surprise. Last thing before we get over to the Red Sox. Would you rather be 1-3 as a Steeler or 1-3 as a Patriot?
One of those Steelers.
Really?
Yeah. Only because I feel like I guess maybe because granted, I know they have clean net, they have full squad, but Mike Thomas never had a losing season. And he's never had, so we can say we want to call him that's he gets the postseason, whatever, but he's never had a losing season as a coach. I just think.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. It's true. He's never had a losing season, so it's just like I trust him as a motivator to get them to.
Do you trust Ben at this stage though? Like, can Ben still do what Mike Tomlin encourages him to do?
But it's not just about Ben. So whether it's Najee Harris, whether it's Deontay Johnson, whether it's Juju.
Well, someone's going to get Juju and
Johnson. I'm saying I get the ball, but I'm saying like, so whether you got the ball for Ben, I mean, listen, big Ben, and I told Steve Renee last night, so I'm going to bring that up now. Steve Renee was making a comment about the Patriots game last night, and I said,
friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show, but no, I wouldn't have to stack whatever, it's fine. I said, yeah, like, I love Steve. I was like, look, I said, you need to relax. I said, what you need to focus on is how big Ben is about as done as your hair was. And I got a few likes on Twitter. It's the truth. They both the hairline and Big Ben are falling back big time. So yeah, they need to figure something out at the quarterback position, and they doing has. Maybe they call. Yeah, I think he played great for Tom. Maybe Cam Newton. I think Cam Newton played great in Pittsburgh. On that, like Tom, I believe
he's just gonna get that jab, dude.
You gotta get that shot. But it's like I think, like I said, I think he'd be great over there at Pittsburgh. Honestly, he fits that.
Yeah, for sure,
like, big time. So, yeah, Ben is dumb. But I wanted it to be New England to be the team that gets there. But I just right now, I just need to see a few moves from like, okay, maybe we'll turn this around. But I'm a little I have some PTSD. I
guess so.
And even that says that hurts me more after them they lose to the Giants just now. How do you lose to that team? But it's all right. It's all good. But yeah, so yeah, just ask them now.
Craig, would you rather be a Steelers fan at 1-3 or a Patriots fan at 1-3 right now?
I would rather be with a team that I knew has a quarterback for the long term. That would be the Patriots right now.
Yeah.
Because you look at that when Roethlisberger got hurt a couple of years ago and Mason Rudolph had to come in, they looked terrible.
Terrible.
And in the NFL, you're dictated by how good your quarterback is.
Yeah, as Charles Barkley once said, TRBL terrible. Like, they just looked absolutely atrocious. I just wanted to take temperature of the room because I think right now when you have two of the perennial franchises in the NFL sitting at 1-3, I think there is a difference. Now, again, there's no moral victories. And if the Patriots don't do what I think they can do, which is go 11-6 this year, which is what I predicted, then it's a failure. There are no more moral victories, right? But you'd rather be 1-3 with a rookie quarterback and all that money sitting in the wide receiving core than 1-3 with a 40-year-old quarterback who couldn't really get in shape in the offseason and who's literally wasting some of the prime years of Juju Smith-Schuster right now because he's not good anymore. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe he will. Maybe I'll be wrong. Won't be the first time. Promise it won't be the last. something that, again, that I was wrong about, brings us to the Boston Red Sox. 7 days ago, depending on when this was released. No, you know what? 8 days ago, I said that the Boston Red Sox were fucking frauds because they had control of the number one wild card spot. The Yankees come into town and they beat the brakes off of you. They have no spine. Turns out, even after losing 2 out of 3 to Baltimore, they were able to secure the first wild card spot, finish at 90-72, and they will host the wild card game tonight, Tuesday, at Fenway. So, Ray, how do you feel about this Red Sox team? And I guess before you were, was I too harsh on them?
Of course you were too harsh on them. Listen, this we talked about in April. I remember the show at the beginning of the year. Listen, you think you was harsh. I mean, I think me, Joe, and Bobby, baby, and Craig, I think just ripped a new one into me. It was bad. I think it was right after the Baltimore suit beginning of the year. Like, it was bad. But I did say at the end, I said they like mess around and win 93 games, like the 02 year. And they won 92. They won 92-7, right? So, and once again, someone get back check. I think I said at the end. I don't know if I did, but I feel like I did. But once again, this team overall was not expected to win more than 8 games. So the fact that they won 90 games with a team that had COVID issues galore, injuries galore, and still find a way to at least get to the dance to an extent, to me, that's a win. Like I was telling Bobby off the air, I said, yo, because we've won 4 times in the last 15, 16 years, we no longer look at it that way. It's like, you know what? Well, it's like, man, you choke, this, that, you're soft, you're spinal. It's like, wait a minute, like, this team was better than the 2019 team that won 84 games. Like, that's what people thought they were going to max out and do. So the fact that you get the top wildcard spot and you can sneak your way in there, listen, that game on Sunday was, listen, when Verdugo hit that double with the gap to tie, I mean, I was falling off my fucking bed. Like, it was, I was going crazy. And then Devers hit a no doubter. My God. I mean, as soon as it left the bat, I was like, oh, I said, okay, it's just in New York. So yeah, I mean, listen, I love that Evaldi's on the mound. Evaldi is really well against New York in his career. So I'm confident that he can give us 6 strong. He owes us because he sucked his last performance. So he owes us. And I know, you spoke about how you felt about hitting Evaldi off the air to us, but
no, I said it on the air.
Oh, I said it on the air, but I guess
he's a really good, he's like a grade number 3. Right. I don't know that he's the number 1.
He's a souped up Rick Porcello. He's a little better than Porcello, in my opinion. I know Porcello was a Cy Young. I get it. I mean,
I was going to say he's like a callback to a John Burkett in his prime, right? He's not like he's a
little better than that, though.
I mean, he's 11-9 with a 3.75 ERA, and he's going against Garrett Cole, 16-8, 3.2.
But to me, we better hope that Garrett Cole, has a performance that, he had done too well overall. He finally got a win at Fenway at the beginning of September. Finally, and got no time when he starts, but, we'll know very early on, I should say, if Garrett Cole has it, does that, we're in for a long night. But, if Evaldi could tap into that 2018 Dodgers performance, which was the best relief performance I've seen since Pedro did against Cleveland, that shit was phenomenal. Yeah, that was great. I was at Buffalo watching it. It was at 2 a.m. I'm like, yo, this game not end. I need to go home. Like, I got to work tomorrow. So it was crazy. But I wasn't going to sleep with time. We won or lost. But yeah, they overachieved to an extent. But I mean, yeah, make no balls about it. I want them to smack the Yankees Tuesday night. And I want us to have a chance to go in against Tampa and, whatever happens from there happens. But we got to beat New York tomorrow night. Got to beat them on Tuesday. Got it.
So how much do you think the momentum plays into Major League Baseball, like in between series? The reason why I asked that is because, again, I said this on the last show. You were 9-4. You're 10-4 against the Yankees before the trade deadline. You're 0-6 since. So what happens? I mean, they have, not to just to quote Pedro Martinez, like the Yankees have made us their daddy since the trade deadline. So does that carry over into this one game playoff, which, by the way, I think is the best thing that Major League Baseball has ever done? I love the play-in game. I think it actually brings excitement and meaning to a 162 game season, which is far too long. But I think my original question is the momentum on the side of the Yankees going into this game.
I mean, I think the Yankees believe so.
What do you believe?
I think that you're as good as whoever that pitcher is that day. So if that's it, Cole was on, then hey, great. They have a great shot to do it. But if not, then, Aaron Judge was playing, New York on his way back, to the crib. Like I said, I think they think that they're going to come here with that to it. I really believe that. And I hope that we use that against them. They think that they're super confident that they're going to come here and take us on. But I think it's the first one-game playoff here since 78.
Yeah. Against
against the Yankees, and hopefully someone like Gio Ursula is not Bucky dead. Someone hopefully JD is not Jim Bryson hitting a pop fly on the first fucking pitch. So all of that. So we just got to see. But like I said, listen, Red Sox Yankees, one game, winner takes all. Like you cannot write this any better. And I was hoping for that. Like I didn't want Toronto or something. It's Red. Let it be Red Sox Yankees. That's going to draw the most, even in this era, where the Red Sox Yankee rivalry is not what it once was. But Red Sox Toronto wouldn't have been the same. Red Sox Seattle wouldn't have been the same. But talking about the division, like I know you joked about them. When I joked about it, you bet that they choked in it. But there was 4 teams that won 90 games, like in the fucking division. 4 teams, like that. That's unreal. That's by far the best division in baseball. So
sure,
to win 92 games when 3 other teams won 90 and one team won 100. Okay, like that's really good. I'm just saying, even the year they won the World Series in 2018, there was 3 teams that won 90 games. But we won 108, the Yankees won 100, and then Tampa Bay won 90. Like that division always, like that's just what it is. That's just how the AL is.
Well, I was saying that knowing that you had 3 great teams in that division, you can't get swept. You can't. Like that's what I meant by that. I get it. Yeah, sure. They have 3 great teams. I understand that. But you can't get swept, and you can't answer that.
They should have lost that Sunday night game. That they got screwed. I'm sorry, I know it doesn't matter the grand scheme of things because they're still playing Tuesday. But Craig probably was watching it because he had to do it for work probably. But that Sunday night game, they got screwed. That was a strike 3, I don't want to get into it, but they got screwed that Sunday night game, and they should have lost 2 out of 3 as opposed to getting swept. But it is what it is.
But they got swept, and then they answered that by losing 2 out of 3 to Baltimore. So that tells me all I need to know about them. Now, again, Craig, are you going to say something? Because you turned your mic on, dude.
I was just going to say Red Sox Yankees is probably what the league needs and wants right now.
Yeah, but that brings me to my point. Like, yeah, you never want to take away that 04 championship, right? But can you imagine if this was happening pre-04, what it would be like here? Because it's not like that anymore. We take the Red Sox Yankees rivalry is not what it was in 02, 03, 04, and 05.
We're the only team that's won though.
Neither teams have the personality, so they did back then. That's what I felt like was the biggest driving force.
We're also not craving a championship that's been ripped away from
New York. It's been 12 years for them. Yeah. That's a long time for them. They ain't won since 09. I said they went to a couple of ALCS series, but yeah, they ain't won in 12 years. So their fans are waiting. And once again, they've only won, they've won twice in 21 years. They won in 2000, they won in 2009, and we've won 4 since then. So, hey, it's there. It should be there.
Does it feel the same to you though, as a sports fan? Like
it's always going to be the same to me because I hate. I'm not a Pig Hat. I'm not a Pig Hat fan. It's just like, well, we won, so it's okay. Fuck that. We win 17-1. That's what I want. I'm hitting for the cycle type. That's what. And then we're playing. I did it my way. That's what people said. That's why I could care less about what's new when we have won 4 times. Well, let's go for 5. That's how I feel.
Going ahead, what's your prediction for the game tonight?
Red Sox win 6-4.
So I want the Red Sox to win. So I'm going to say that they win 3-1. I think that
this bullpen is down. They go swim 1-1.
Despite everything that I've said about Evaldi, I say Evaldi goes 7 2/3, and then you just bring in the closer, and you're good to go from there. I think just like everything else that's happened on this show, when I shit on you, you do well. So do it again, Evaldi.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. He was nails the other day. He was good against Baltimore. That's all. That wasn't outside, but he still needs to come out and dominate. I'm still with that. So
I know nobody pitches more than 5 innings anymore, but it's a playoff game. If he's your number one,
that analytic shit. Oh my God! Listen. There is no tomorrow, Alex Cora. And actually, no, let me take that back. I give him credit for taking Sale out Sunday because I would have done it. I'd have been like, Sale, you got to be out there pitching, buddy. Like, I love you, man. 2 1/3. He was like, yo, you ain't got it. Your ass is gone. And I love that he has that Gatefold personality. He's like, yo, you ain't doing it for us tonight. You got to go. I don't care if you Sale, I don't care if it's Roger Clemens. Like, your ass got to go. So, if Aldi should know that in the back of his mind. If it goes 2 2/3 and, you ain't producing big, it's a wrap. So whether it's Sarah Murray coming in, Garrett Richards has been amazing in the bullpen since they took him on the starting lineup. So, maybe maybe he's someone that kind of has that performance on Tuesday night. But like I said, they're going to score more and more. Like I said, the pitching's been bad. Like I said, it'll go back and forth. Like New York will have I think they'll have an inning like the 4th to 5th where they score a couple of runs, and then we'll have a comeback like how we did against Washington the other night. And that's when they're 164 in my opinion. But either way, we got the results winning. Craig, what do you think?
You treat this Red Sox Yankees game like you would any other Game 7 because that's what it is. All hands on deck. You treat it just like they treated Game 162 when it was all hands on deck and you needed to win to get into the playoffs. If it's the 4th inning and Erod's ready to go, get in there, buddy.
Final score prediction, Craig.
I think the Yankees get this one 6-5.
Oh,
there's just no better way to end it. For Hollywood Ray, Rayshawn Buchanan, I am Michael Marcangelo, joined by Craig D'Alessandro. Thank you so much for listening to this week's edition of Missing the Point.
Electricast. Welcome to Tuning Into Sound Wellbeing, where we harmonise your mind, body and soul. I'm Amanda, your sound therapy expert.
And I'm Stephen, the curious explorer uncovering the mysteries of sound.
Together we explore vibrations, frequencies, and the power of sound therapy and tuning forks.
Discover ancient wisdom, reduce stress, and tune into a healthier life. Subscribe to Tuning Into Sound Wellbeing today.
Hey there, I'm DC. I host the rock podcast, Back to the Arena, The Interviews. It's about a 30-minute podcast where I talk one-on-one with a band who has released new music. You can find us on all the best podcast sites like Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, and more. If you're a rock fan like me, subscribe today to Back to the Arena, The Interviews.
Electricast. Electricast.